Good morning everybody, and welcome back to another episode of my Grand Exchange only account, where I'm trying to reach the highest total level possible without ever leaving the Grand Exchange area. Now my original goal was 1,000 total, but just a few months ago we breezed past that. Now to keep things interesting and to add in a bit more content, I have since expanded the area that I am allowed to go through slightly. So on top of just the actual Grand Exchange core area, we're also going to include the Varrock Palace now, as well as my POH, which has added in just a ton of new content and ways to train. So the final end goal for this series is 1,500 total level, and today we're going to be making some serious progress towards that goal. Thanks for watching guys. As always, if you enjoy the series, always appreciate a like on it, helps out a lot. And don't forget to check if you're subscribed to make sure you don't miss any future episodes of it, because for some reason YouTube sometimes unsubscribes people. Anyway, let's get started. So here's about where we left off last time, a total level of 1,267. We're well on our way to 1,500, and on top of that we have quite a few high level skills. Magic is level 95, crafting is 93. I mean, we have a couple 99s that we could get in a reasonable amount of time now. Now one skill I have just been passively working on this entire time is magic. There's really no way for me to train this quickly and consistently. There are fairly quick training methods. For example, right here we're going to be buying some ruby bolts to enchant. That can be very quick, but we can only get around 50,000 experience every 4 hours, so not very consistent. We can enchant jewelry, but that's not very quick either. So really magic training is a long process, but one that has actually made me a fair amount of money, and we are now finally getting pretty close to level 99. Well, I totally forgot about this, but we had some dragon bones in the bank, and we had enough to get us another prayer level. Somehow I forgot about nearly 400k worth of dragon bones, but there's level 73 prayer. Thanks to the gilded altar, getting 99 prayer will be a breeze, albeit kind of expensive. Eventually I'll need to save up nearly 100 mil to get 99 prayer, but it should be easy once we have the money. So we actually enchanted all 11,000 ruby dragon bolts, and we made good money on it. I think we actually made a profit of 400k. Very rare on a method like that. Usually I'm pretty happy if we break even. Okay, so we're kind of skill hopping a bit here, but one thing I've forgotten about is I actually have a few ranged upgrades I can get. As we hit 50 range not that long ago, we're actually able to get the blue D-hide top and bottom. And now that we are fighting something a bit stronger than imps, I think it's about time to get a stronger weapon. I spent probably 30 or 40 hours, if not more, just killing imps with low level darts, but I think the Dorishkin crossbow will be more effective against something that has more than like 8 hit points. Eventually I may try out the magic shortbow, although I will be burning through a fair bit of money in arrows, so we'll have to judge whether or not that's worth it. Oh yeah, I haven't checked this in a while, but here's my loot from all the guards I've killed so far. I've killed 6,400 guards already, and we've only gotten 42 medium clue scrolls. I think I forgot a medium in my bank. Oh my god, yes we did. It's unlikely I'll be able to complete one anyway, but you know what, we might as well go for it. But yeah, we're already nearly 2/3 of the way to 10,000 guards. Not a single completion yet, but maybe we can get one eventually. Now I'm incredibly close to another farming level, and instead of waiting another 6 hours to hit a very important milestone, I thought I would just go ahead and buy my way out. We're gonna go ahead and buy some bagged plant ones. They're kind of expensive, but we only need to spend around 70k, and that will be enough to get us to level 57 farming. A really important level because 57 allows me to boost +3 to plant a yew sapling. So we just go ahead and plant these in our POH, and that should be enough to get us the level. There's 57 farming. Yew saplings are going to increase my experience rate so much. They will give me around 7,000 experience per plant, which is nearly double what I was getting before. Now yew saplings are starting to get kind of expensive. They're around 60k each. Realistically, I'll be able to plant 2 per day, which means 120k per day we're spending just on farming. Not too bad because we only have 1 patch. Now if I am pretty consistent with farming, I should be able to hit 90 farming in around 6 months, and theoretically 99 farming in around a year. Obviously not terribly quick with only one patch, but definitely possible. So we boosted with a garden pie to 60 and planted our yew sapling for the first time ever. Farming is actually going to be so much quicker now. Now, although I have forced myself to be locked to this tiny little area at the Grand Exchange, not everyone needs to be this restricted. That's why I'm really happy to say that NordVPN is sponsoring today's video. Well, unfortunately, the internet is a very dark and scary place sometimes, as you all know. That's why it's really reassuring to be protected with a VPN. NordVPN is by far one of the most trusted tools to protect yourself online. Not only does NordVPN encrypt your data, but it also protects you from malware-infected websites. I have definitely accidentally clicked a few sketchy links in my days, and it can be surprisingly easy to leak important information such as access to your bank account. Well, no one cares about that one, I mean your real bank account. A ton of people also use NordVPN to be able to watch their favorite shows that might not be accessible in their country. I do this a lot because I live in Canada. I didn't even think about this, but you can also use NordVPN to access region-locked video games because some PC games are even region-locked. Luckily, you can easily switch to a new location and you're good to go. If you want to give NordVPN a try, you can actually get a pretty big discount right now by clicking the link in my description or by using the code OLDSCHOOL at checkout. So if you use my code and get a 2-year plan, you're going to get an additional 4 months for free. And thanks again to NordVPN for sponsoring today's video. So one thing I'm kind of debating here is whether or not it's worthwhile to spend for the protection. It's 15,000 per sapling, which is going to increase it significantly. So generally for most people, the cost of the protection might not be worth it. However, for me, since I only have one patch, I might consider it. So while I wait for my precious yew sapling to grow, I thought I would go ahead and, well, cut down some other trees. Okay, another mystery box. Are we going to get lucky on it? We're looking for really the stale baguette, I guess. Diamond's not bad, I suppose. Alright, so finally my first yew tree has grown up, no issue with disease luckily, although I paid for protection actually, so 7,070 experience per yew tree, actually so much better, although I forgot my goddamn pie. There's another tree coming through and another level 58 farming. Can now plant white lilies if I had a white lily patch. Okay, so I've just been chopping a lot of trees and planting a lot of trees, I guess the cycle of life, but we got another woodcutting level coming in. Okay, so this beginner clue I can kind of do. It's unlikely I'll be able to complete it, but it's just a hot and cold clue step, which means I have to go talk to Reldo. I'm not sure if there are any hot and clue steps that are in the Grand Exchange or Varrock Palace area, but we're going to go have a quick look. Well, this one is not completable at least. That said, it may not be completable at all. So I decided I wanted to try out the HD plugin in the Grand Exchange area. I just was going to try it out for around a week and see if I liked it. In the end though, I decided I'm not going to use the HD plugin for the Grand Exchange only series, mainly because it's already a well-established series on my channel, as well as the fact that we just are in one area and it's pretty iconic to me. So I think for any series that is focused on the Grand Exchange, I'm not going to use the HD plugin for. That said, for any progress series where we're going to be exploring Gielinor, looking at some of the cooler areas and really showing off what the plugin has to offer, I am going to have HD on for, so there will be a bit of variety. So there is another farming level coming in, 59 farming, and another Hespori seed. Really just going to be a collection of mine at this point. And there we go, there is 60 farming, which means we can now officially plant the yew tree and we don't ever have to eat these garden pies again, at least not for a little while. Okay, we've just been on a bit of a farming binge recently. There is 61 farming. We are trying to keep more consistent with my farm runs, because after I went ahead and calculated how long it would take me to get 99 at this rate, I need to realize I need to start being a bit more consistent with it. So I have finally gotten around to trying out guards. Now I've pickpocketed from warrior women for quite a while, and now we're going to be trying out guards. I would say that they are marginally better right now. On the 3rd floor of the Varrock castle, there is actually a decent place to steal from them. You can get them stuck between these beds among a few other places. And I think around level 50 is when guards start to be a little bit better than warrior women. They catch me more often, but of course they give me more money and more experience per thief, so I think they will be the best going forward. Oh my god, finally we got a good random event. That is going to be a genie random, which is pretty nice because that's actually going to get me a hunter level. That is going to bring us to level 4 hunter. I'm not sure how many lamps we've gotten, but quite a bit more than Bob random events. So we've been stealing from guards for a couple hours now, and we're about to get another level coming in here. That's going to be another level coming in here, 53 Thieving, bringing us up to a nice clean level of 1,280. But I don't know if my hand can take too much more Thieving for now. So I've still been working away at this magic grind pretty much every day. Right now we're enchanting some ruby dragon bolts, and we're doing the one tick method, which means we're getting a ton of experience per hour, nearly 300k, and I was making some mistakes there as well. Unfortunately, we can only do that every 4 hours, so we're gonna have to move on to another method after this, but we're getting pretty close to halfway to 96 magic, which has kind of motivated me to try to get 96 magic maybe the next day or two. Alright, so I moved on to another method, well, kind of the same one. Instead of ruby dragon bolts, we enchanted around 9,000 diamond dragon bolts. The experience rate is even better, up to 370k per hour. But again, we can only do that for around 4 hours, but that has brought us up to pretty much exactly halfway to 96. But I definitely need to find a more consistent magic training method, or the next level isn't really going to happen anytime soon. So what I ended up landing on was actually enchanting amulets of strength. I was able to get a really good deal on the ruby amulets. For some reason, they were incredibly cheap the last couple of days. We bought them for 1,219, and it looks like we can sell the amulets of strength for 300 GP more, and we're only spending 170 on the cosmic rune, which means for every 1,000 that we do, we're netting around 130k in profit, while getting some incredibly easy and AFK magic training. So I just finished up with 3,000 amulets of strength. We're gonna go try to buy more ruby amulets as well, because they've even dropped further. It looks like we can buy them for 1,145. That's so cheap, and we're getting nearly a 500 GP margin on it. So let's see how many of these we can buy. We'll shoot for 5,000 maybe. We've just been enchanting so many things. We've bought another 4,000 ruby amulets. So in the end, I think we're going to do near to 10,000, which actually might net us over $1 million in profit, which I'm actually pretty stoked about. And look at that, we're pretty damn close to the next level, only 100k to go. So it's finally about to happen after, well, 2 days of just non-stop enchanting. We're about to get a pretty significant level on the account, 96 magic, which means we only have 3 more levels to go until 99. I feel like when you only have 3 levels left, it just motivates you to finish it off. Only like 3 million more experience to go, which really isn't that bad. And considering I've managed to find some either break-even or profitable training methods, we're not even sinking any money into magic, which is pretty amazing. So here we are again, back at the good old oak trees, and we just hit a really awesome level 70 woodcutting. Pretty nice milestone level, bringing us up to 1281 total level. Oak trees are not as bad as I thought. They're actually pretty quick for a low-level free-to-play tree. Well, I'm glad we made a bit of money from magic, because I'm definitely spending a lot from farming. That said, another farming level coming in, 62 farming. And I'm really hoping I can keep this momentum forward of doing 2 tree runs per day. It's really not that hard. It just takes 5 minutes. It's just remembering to do it. Well, so far so good. There is 63 farming. We did remember to do it the last couple of days. Currently, we still need to get another 9 levels until we can plant magic trees. At that point, we're really going to be burning money, but, well, it has to be done. So I'm still working on selling off the rest of our amulets of strength, but I thought it was about time to invest a bit more money into prayer. I'm trying to do around 1,000 dragon bones every week. That way it doesn't seem like such a big cost investment every time. Thanks again to the Gilded Altar for not making me look like such a peasant, just burying bones in the ground. Only savages do that. So our first level coming in here from our 1,000 bone investment is going to be level 74 prayer. At this point, we have unlocked all the prayers we can use in the Grand Exchange, so it doesn't really matter. It's just mainly for the total levels. What am I talking about? We could actually unlock Rigor if we wanted to, but is that going to be worth it for guards? Wow, I actually didn't know this could happen, but you can get random events in your POH, and we actually got a good one. We got the Genie Random. So that will give us 40 experience right into Hunter, which means we're already pretty much halfway to our next Hunter level. And there is 75 prayer, I think our final level from the 1,000 bone investment. A nice place to start off. We can now wield an Elysian as well. If we ever needed that for the guards, I don't think so. So we're over here in the guard pit, and I think that's probably where I'm going to end the episode for today. Tons of total levels again here, but for now we're going to end off at 1,200 and 87 total level, which I think means we've gained 20 or 21 total levels in today's episode, which is not bad considering we also gained a Titanic magic level. That took me like 20 or 25 hours just on its own. So we made a lot of progress and we're getting really close to our next big milestone of 1300, which I am really excited for. Thanks for watching as always, guys, and I will see you in the next episode. Now, before I go here, I want to give a massive thank you to all of my members over on YouTube. Thanks so much to Sejuani's Flail, The Hybrid, Guy Fox, Timothy Chen, Ocelot, and Kush Patel for all being subscribed at the Dragon tier. You guys, it honestly means so much. You guys are willing to support me that much. Thank you. Also, a giant thank you to Base Titch, Mexos, NDM001, and Yo-Yo Sub 89 for being subscribed at the Runite tier. As always, if you guys are looking for another way to support the channel, becoming a YouTube member is an awesome way to do so. Mainly, you'll be immortalized in all of my future videos, but you also get a custom role in my Discord server, as well as access to my video release schedule. Thanks again, guys, and I'll see you next time.